The inaugural Speed Car Pro Series exceeded many people's expectations as the tournament blazed its way across Australia. Frenetic racing ensured a great spectacle, and in the end it was Bunbury's Dane Kingshot claiming a narrow series victory. In 2014-15, there are several new tracks hosting rounds, and a new sponsor in Carline Automotive has also jumped on board. Tonight, a host of American stars will tackle the awesome Aussies in the opening round of the championship. The venue is the multi-million-dollar Perth Motorplex, and the event doubles as the prestigious Magic Man 34, a tribute to the late great Michael Figliamini. Welcome to the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Our coverage supported by Speedway Australia. Thanks for joining us on Checkered Flag around Australia. You're watching Fox Sports, and we come to you from the Perth Motorplex. It is the opening round of the Speed Car Pro Series. Beautiful conditions here. Warren Ferguson beside me. Welcome back.
Thank you, David. Great to be back here at the Motorplex and checking out these midgets. I'm sure it's going to be a great night's racing. Indeed,
it's an emotional night, of course, with the event doubling as the Magic Man 34, the tribute to the late, great Michael Figliamini. The Perth Motorplex, simply Australia's leading venue, 500 metres on the pole line, established back in 2000. Here is an event preview. The 2014-15 Carline Speed Car Pro Series will be conducted over 9 blockbusting rounds, with the event culminating at Premier Speedway in Warrnambool on January 2. Rounds will be staged in Western Australia, South Australia, New South Wales and Victoria, and 8 of the scheduled events will appear exclusively here on Checkered Flag. Series race director Shane Collins says all is in readiness for a stellar tournament.
We're really excited. After 1 year we got some great results out of the speed car division, and Speedway Australia is really honoured to be in part of the speed cars in this country, and hopefully we can help derive some growth within this division. So yeah, we're ready to go. We can't wait.
This summer's Pro Series gets underway with 4 rounds in Western Australia, and Collins says he's been impressed with the commitment shown by venues in the Golden West.
Yeah, WA have been a fantastic supporter of what we try to achieve with this. So, once again, as per last year, we could have had 6 or 7 events over here, and but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. We're the car counts are good, and then we swing back to the East Coast. A couple of new tracks on board. Going to Bordertown in South Australia, which is a racy little venue, and obviously the big one of getting back into Sydney Speedway, which is something we're really excited about. Coordinated with the weekend of the V8 supercars over there, so we're doing a bit of cross promotion there. So yeah, all exciting times.
The strategy of combining the Speed Car Pro Series opening round with the time-honoured Magic Man 34 race is a tearaway success, and Collins says it's an appropriate way to launch the series.
Huge honour. Huge honour. For us just to play a small part in what is such a prestigious event is quite exciting, to be honest. And we're very proud to be a part of it. The event's already real strong in structure, but just to play a small part in it and try and help with the exposure, obviously the television and a few other things, we really think it's great for the division. But they do a wonderful job here at the Perth Motorplex in promoting this, and over the years it's built its prestige, and with the Americans that come out and compete, the Australian visitors, and obviously the Pro Series guys that are here, it's a great field, and we're really looking forward to it.
Whilst the sport's peak body, Speedway Australia, appears happy with the direction the tournament is taking, Collins says an expanded schedule on the East Coast is very much on the radar.
We're quite excited about where it's heading. We obviously want to get some growth on the East Coast with a couple of rounds over there. Obviously Sydney coming on board is quite exciting, but we're in Warrnambool, so we're in those major tracks in both Victoria and New South Wales. We'd love to expand into the Queensland region. The Speedway Australia board have already made a commitment to look into that in March. We're going to have a big overall meeting and discuss all our plans for this series going forward. And yeah, hopefully we can keep getting it bigger and better, and this speed car division can get some some potential growth out of it.
Staging a 9-round series presents no shortage of logistical challenges for competitors and organisers alike. But Shane Collins says all the hard work has been done in an effort to maximise the potential of this season's championship.
Yeah, well, it's obviously a lot of planning goes into it. We don't want to just turn up and have a race meeting. We need to do a lot of marketing, back work, promotions and stuff. We're very excited this year to have Carlisle on board for our series to only be 1 year old and pick up a major sponsor, have a corporate company come into the speed car division that have never been here before. It's quite exciting. So for us, a lot of background work's got to go into it logistically. The truck's got to get around the country. We've got a staff of 4, up to 5 at some events that travel with it. So yeah, there's quite a bit of work to be done.
Yes, there he is, Shane Collins, race director of the Speed Car Pro Series. He also oversees World Series sprint cars and a number of other things too. Conditions are perfect in the countdown to heat race number 1 here tonight, and a massive crowd starting to pour into the venue. Here's Alan Smallwood.
And the quick time in the first round of the Carlisle Speed Car Pro Series, Lee Redmond.
Yeah, thanks very much. Car was fast, and yeah, a bit of local track knowledge helps obviously, but yeah, we've had a good run here so far this year and won the last feature race here, so looking forward to a good night.
Magic Man 34, what does it mean to you?
It means the world to me, mate. I've known the Ficklemoney family since I was 5 years old, racing BMX with them, and yeah, always got along really well with all the 4 brothers and the sister as well, so can't wait to get out there and try and win. It'd be nice for West Australian to win this race instead of American, and I'm going to do my damnedest to do it.
Lee Redmond, a real surprise packet in the inaugural Speed Car Pro Series last season, Warren, and obviously he's continuing the good form by virtue of getting quick time tonight.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it. I'd be very interested to see how the night travels for him. He's turned into a really good racer.
So the Carlisle Speed Car Pro Series, you look at the driver lineup in heat race number 1. Jerry Coons Jr. here, the American superstar in the 14 car, inside second row. An absolute gun in this sport globally. We're set for a start. It is a 10-lap journey, and best to begin was Daniel Golding, the West Australian, in the green, black and white car, looking for Jerry Coons. He runs third at the moment. Car number 8, Paul Robinson, does a very good job. Slingshots up on the inside, moves into second, relegating the American to third.
Yeah, it's a brave move there by Robinson. 4 wide into the first turn. It's certainly paid off for him in second place.
Golding now under siege from Paul Robinson. We take the onboard shot here. And tremendous action. You're looking at the back of the Americans' car, Jerry Coons Jr. Very few races in midget circles worldwide that he hasn't won. He is, of course, a multiple winner of the Australian Speed Car Championship as well. Gee, what a good job Daniel Golding is doing.
Yeah, he's doing a great job out front. I tell you what, Robinson's got some heavy hitters right on his backside as well here. He's doing a great job there in second place too.
Lee Redmond, who started deep in the pack in the yellow and black car. You can see him there immediately behind the second and third place cars. And you now look at Lee Redmond out the back of Jerry Coons Jr.'s onboard camera. Redmond goes to the inside. So plenty of aggression. Robinson, meanwhile, has slipped back a couple of spots. Coons has got up on the inside of him, and that's a tremendous battle.
That's a great battle. And Coons here is struggling with a little bit of a tight race car. You just saw Redmond slide underneath him and slip through to the top, but still able to keep the power down as Coons struggles a bit in that 14 car.
Gee, it'd be an exhilarating speedway to drive speed cars on, wouldn't it? Talk about hammer down.
Hammer down, all right. These things would be hauling us around here.
Redmond goes to the front. Nice slide job on the inside. Daniel Golding tries to fight back, but Redmond's got too much car speed. On the fly, sits mid-track as he exits turn number 4. Jerry Coons Jr. is the best of the rest.
The amazing part here is Redmond come out of, I think, P8 at the start of this race. So, and to have the lead that he's got at the moment over Coons is quite remarkable.
You're watching highlights of the opening round of the Speed Car Pro Series. A lot of activity on tonight's show. The speedway.com.au replay. And that's how Lee Redmond assumed control of the race.
A lot of confidence in that move there. He just stuck it down on the inside, kept the RPM up, and made sure Golding was definitely not going to get back past him.
As the battle continues, it is all Lee Redmond as he heads off turn 2 and down the back straight. This has been some drive. Talk about putting the cleaners through your rivals. Putting on a clinic. Track is nice for the speed cars.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth. The guys can run top, middle or bottom. And, you know, when we consider Redmond's quick time tonight, and now he's way out front of this heat, I tell you what, he's set the benchmark already.
De Candilo's Steel City entry, motoring towards the checkered flag. The former bike racer Lee Redmond across the line and wins the opening heat in night 1 of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Big rap to Speedway Australia for inaugurating this tournament. Redmond, Coons Jr. second, Daniel Golding lasted for third, then Caden Manders and Todd Waddell in the 7 car, rounding out the top 5 as we head to the pits. Here is Alan.
Lee set quick time and now a heat race. You're absolutely on fire there.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Car's going real good. Yeah, we seem to have figured out shocks a bit more, so definitely got a lot more grip. Track's coming in now, which is going to make it more interesting.
You're in some elite company there, Jerry Coons Jr. and a couple of other quick West Australian guys. Well, it must have been pretty hot in the kitchen.
Yeah, it was, mate. Jerry Coons, no slouch, that's for sure. He was pretty competitive. It took me a couple of laps to get around him, but I'm sure he'll be fighting back a bit later on. He's probably still getting used to his car, so, really well done.
All right, Lee, wish you all the best for the remainder of the night.
Thanks very much. Thank you all.
Well done to Lee. There's plenty of racing tonight in the Carline Speed Car Pro Series at the Perth Motorplex. Too much to be able to show you every lap of every race on the program. So now a highlights overview of what transpired in heat race number 2. Ryan Condren, the West Australian, in the 28 car, started up front, went straight to the lead. Didn't take long for a great battle to develop behind him, led by Lee Dillon in the number 9 car, Warren.
Yeah, Alfonso there in the number 16 car is also doing pretty good. Him and Dylan have a great battle side by side going.
Alfonso Guadagnino. You went the easy route and just said his Christian name, Alfonso. We look at him on the fly. Nicely presented car. Dylan on the inside. But whilst all that was going on, Ryan Condren was able to open up a sizable lead, as you can see, and was not headed from there as he goes down the back straight. Casey Schumann came from a long way back in the US 38 car. That is him up challenging, moving up on the inside now of Alfonso Guadagnino.
He is, and Schumann's come from a long way back in the field, P9, so to be in P3, he's doing all right. The track's still a bit heavy, so it's not easy to pass on yet.
So Condren off turn number 4 took a very impressive win in heat race number 2. Alfonso Guadagnino in second position, and the American Casey Schumann, followed by the defending series champion Dane Kingshot, who started right at the back, and Dean Merrilees rounding out the top 5. So we've seen the local West Australians perform very well during the early stages of the night's racing activities here. Here's a pit report for Carline.
For Ryan, as he jumped out of the car, good drive there to get maximum points in heat 2 of the Magic Man 34.
Yeah, no, it was good start for the night. Like I say, we're pretty new at this. Good to get a win on the board. So yeah, I'm wrapped with that.
Yeah, you've ran a couple of shows at the start of the season here at the Perth Motorplex and also down at Margaret River. Showed a bit of form, so maybe put it all together tonight.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like I say, we've only done one show here at the Motorplex, and we're still learning. So yeah, no, that's a good start. So pretty happy with that.
All right, what's the game plan for the rest of the night?
Just keep it in one bit. Just do the best we can and try and make it to the feature if we can. So that'd be good, just to be in the feature.
All right, wish you all the best, Ryan.
Beautiful, thank you. Cheers.
That's what it's all about, isn't it, Warren Ferguson? As you know only too well, it's all about qualifying for the feature.
Qualifying for the feature. Once you're in that race, it's a whole nother ball game.
Or as the expression goes, making the show.
That's it.
So Golding, Jeffrey, Bright, Brown, Lance Manders, Tremere and Hall are the starters in heat race number 3. Comprehensive coverage of this race. Alex Bright, the American. He is the defending champion of this Speed Car Pro Series. We'll have a colour story on him later on today's program. So Philip Jeffrey on the inside in the 37 car underway now, and Rob Golding away quickly on the outside takes the race lead. It's the charge of the Light Brigade as they exit turn number 2 the first time. Driver of car number 9 is Mark Brown, that purple machine. The Sydney sider contesting every round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series, up running second and challenging for the lead. In fact, more than that, he takes it.
He certainly did. Looking good, Brownie. And I see Bright got held up badly on the restarts, put him deep in the field. He'll be a heavy challenger as we come back through. And we see Brownie there just doing the slide job right through underneath the 15 car again. Fantastic
racing, epitomising speed cars. Arguably one of the finest spectacles in oval track racing side-by-side stuff. And look at that, another move up on the inside by Alex Bright in the predominantly white car. The speedway.com.au replay. It is helter-skelter. Brown, that's how he got to the front. And as you can see, action raging at the front. Here's Vaughan Manders in car number 22. He now serves it up to Mark Brown. Great race as we go on board with the Brown dog. Only a couple of car lengths separating first and second.
You can see the track's quite heavy here at the moment. Manders' car's heavily mudded in, coming from the back of the field. And he's putting it up the inside of Brownie right there.
Wow, great job. Good move on the inside. He takes the lead. By the way, Neville Lance, the former national champion, is back running third in advance of the American Alex Bright. And Rob Golding, who started up front, has now slipped back to fifth on the speedway.
It's a stout heat, this one, and Manders has got to be happy to be able to carve up this field.
So that again, here's the Speedway Racing News replay. Manders, who started from position 6, showing that with the width of this track, anything is possible. Beautiful, clean inside pass.
Nice racing on the wide open spaces of the motorplex, isn't it? Look at Manders as he stretches that lead now over Brownie.
Yeah, he's careering away. Mark Brown in second. Neville Lance, there he is, the former national champion. He had a frustrating Speed Car Pro Series last term, enduring many mechanical woes that plagued him throughout, it must be said. I remember this corresponding meeting last year. He spent most of the time with his head beneath the hood in the pits trying to sort it out. Car has stopped on the back straight. As a result, we go amber caution on the speedway. And receiving assistance now is Philip Jeffrey, the local West Australian. One of the many nicely prepared cars.
Yeah, there's no shortage of good equipment here. Let's see what Manders can do on this restart, eh?
So Manders
jumps away.
Yep, nice job by him.
Lance is putting it up the inside of Brownie there, and Bright's having a real struggle in this race. His car's a little bit tight. Can't get that momentum or the speed going to run up with those front runners.
Alex Bright coming off the back of a very good season in America. And not just midgets, but also micros. We'll tell you more about that when that driver is featured later on today's program. Meanwhile, Vaughan Manders, the race leader, set sail for home. Exiting turn 4, no change in the order. Mark Brown second, Neville Lance third. And there's the checker, a stellar drive by Vaughan Manders. Meets and defeats all comers. Brown runner-up, Lance, followed by Alex Bright and Ben Hall in the 71 car after starting 8th in that race. Doing a good job to advance a few spots. Well, it was very entertaining. No shortage of slide jobs. You can see on the wide shot, the spectators on the back straight. That's always an indication that there's a big crowd at the Motorplex.
Yeah, great to see a big crowd here tonight. It's great racing as well.
It's an important race on the calendar, the Magic Man 34, which of course tonight doubles as the Speed Car Pro Series. Here's Alan Smallwood.
Vaughan, a great drive, withstood the 2-lap restart right at the end there and managed to get the victory.
Yeah, thanks very much, Al. Look, I didn't know how close they were behind me, so I was just going for it. The car's really good.
Yeah, you had Mark Brown right on your hammer there at the end, and as you know, Mark Brown, an accomplished driver, you just had to hold your line and just do what you keep doing.
Yeah, I'm glad I got the last 2 laps done.
All right, Vaughan, wish you all the best for the remainder of the night in the West Australian number 22.
Thanks very much.
Alan Smallwood doing a good job in the pits, and Alan will be looking after pit activity for us in all of our West Australian coverage this season. And, well, second round of heats approaching, very busy in the pits. There's the Graham Motorsport team. Let's head back to Alan Smallwood now.
Well, Jerry Coons Jr., all the way from the United States of America here for the Magic Man 34. Jerry, a few dramas with the car throughout the night. You just want to talk us through it?
Yeah, just one of those deals. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get out here for the practice early in the week, and went out for the qualifying hot laps. Car just had a really bad vibration. I think we found, we're not sure which rear tire or wheel, but we changed both rear tires. That fixed that problem. Unfortunately, we just didn't have any time to work on the car. We were starting to change in tires, went and started the car to see if I could feel the vibration, and we just didn't have time to make any adjustments for the heat race. We rolled right back out, so that was a little bit of an issue for our heat race. And, you know, car was, at least we got rid of the vibration, but we had a water hose appeared to be leaking or rub a hole or something in it, so saw some smoke coming out there, and a little bit of it was just oil after the overflow, which is kind of common. You get these things, any overfill at all, and it'll puke the oil out. So actually seen quite a bit of oil come out. Wasn't too worried about that, but had a little bit of water issue. So hopefully now we can get those problems fixed and work on the chassis and make this thing a little bit faster.
On Fox Sports, you're watching Australian Speedway's #1 program. This is Checkered Flag.
Pennsylvania's Alex Bright is one of the world's top speed car exponents. A regular visitor down under, Bright won the opening round of the Speed Car Pro Series last term. He says defending the title this season will be tough due to the bar consistently being lifted.
Glad to be back. It's definitely going to be a tough competition. I think everybody stepped it up this year. So, but I'm ready to go. We got a brand new Spike S-Slinger here. Graham Jones just built a couple weeks ago and just tried it out on Wednesday night. So we'll see what happens.
Bright contests major speed car events the world over and races to put food on the table. He's well credentialed to speak about speedway venues around the world, and not surprisingly, he rates the Kwinana Beach venue very highly.
This venue is amazing. Definitely like ranks in the top 5 in all the places I've been to. Really good track, and I'm ready to go.
Despite being too young to have raced against the late Michael Figliamini, Alex Bright says he's well aware of the reputation carved out by the driver known as the Magic Man.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I met the Figliamini family last year, and a really nice group of a really nice family, and everybody's so nice. And to be racing in his honor, it makes the race a little bit more exciting, and you know, it makes it a little bit more prestigious too.
Bright comes into tonight's event feeling confident of a great night in the office, having just completed a strong American campaign in speed cars and a class known in the USA as micros.
Yeah, you know, ups and downs, but everybody has that. We had a lot of engine troubles in the beginning of the year, but once we got rolling, we came on strong. Ended up with 5 midget wins and 6 micro wins, so 11 wins total for 1 year, and hopefully to add a couple more here. I had a pretty good year.
The field contesting tonight's opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series is very strong. Alex Bright is quick to identify his biggest rivals.
Definitely the 2 Americans that came here, you know, over here with me, Jerry Coons Jr. and Casey Schumann. But as far as Aussies go, I mean, King Shot right beside me, and then we got Neville Lance. I think he'll be a contender. And then I'd say Mark Brown. He put on a good showing last year, and I think if everybody can finish the race, it'll be a really interesting and tough one.
Yes, tonight's racing will provide a great test for even the likes of Alex Bright, who comes here with such great credentials. You're now going to see a highlights package of heat race number 4, which transpired a short time ago, and once again very busy on the speedway early in proceedings.
Yeah, Waddell there certainly forcing his way through the field early, right on the back of Manders as they entered that turn.
Yeah, great battle that for the minor placings. Dave Perry in the West Australian car number 10 was a clear-cut race leader. And Paul Robinson running strongly tonight. And here's the 21 car, Caden Manders. Caden, just 16 years of age, looks to have incredible talent. But there's no doubt Dave Perry, setting his rivals an impossible task, was able to clear out to a very comfortable race lead, and despite some chronic understeer, as you can see there on turn number 4, he was good enough to take the checkered flag. So that was heat race number 4 highlights in tonight's opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series, coming to you from the Perth Motorplex. Perry, Caden Manders, then Dane Kingshot, defending champion, Paul Robinson and Alfonso Guadagnino. So Perry able to win that off the back of a sensational start, and he kept himself out of, well, all of the frenetic action as the other drivers, Warren, were fighting for minor placings.
Yeah, he certainly did. Got the high line humming and found the cushion there on that last lap, but kept it together.
The high line humming, I love it. Here's Alan Smallwood.
Dave Perry, the double 18. Dave, bit of a tough start to the season, but that must make it all worthwhile, all the hours in the shed, that drive right there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what we're here for, and I couldn't have done it without the boys. So, yeah, we've had a bit of a killer season last year. We didn't really get enough testing done on the car and the motor. We hurt the motor pretty bad. And Dave McKay's come on board with Blown Motorsport and really sorted us out this year. So, Advantage Migration Australia and all the sponsors that make it worthwhile. It's massive.
Yeah, track looks pretty demanding at the moment. I can tell you pretty tight just from the 10-lap heat race. What's the plan to try and loosen the car up a little bit and see what the track does over the course of the night?
Yeah, look, to be perfectly honest, I've only done one the start of the meeting, so the season, so I'm pretty unrace fit. To do that and the Pro Series night is massive. I'm stoked.
All right, Dave, wish you all the best for the rest of the night.
Thanks a lot.
Dave Perry absolutely beaming. Winners are grinners. Heat race win. Well, it's all about maximising your points all and also giving you confidence to push along, and he certainly achieved both in that instance. We have 8 cars on the circuit here to contest heat race number 5. It's another event high on quality. Golding, Coons Jr., Mark Brown, Manders, Glazebrook, Redmond and Brett Thomas. Brett Thomas down from Brisbane as these cars roll toward a start. So we have the Goldings on the front row. It is Rob on the inside, Daniel the outside, Mark Brown inside second row, then Jerry Coons Jr. You heard him explain the woes he had in the opening heat drive tonight. Let's see if the Graham Racing Developments team has been able to sort them as they thunder down the back straight the first time. Tremendous battle, no love lost here. The Goldings, they are turning it on and exiting turn 4 almost side by side. Coons Jr. is third.
Yeah, Coons is looking for a way through there, and the Goldings running side by side. He's driving it in plenty deep. I'm not sure he's got everything sorted, but he's looking a little bit better than that first heat.
Yeah, it goes into second. You just saw him discard a tear off from the helmet. Here's Redmond on the fly again. Scott Glazebrook is also handy. Rob Golding is starting to fall back into the clutches of some of his rivals coming through quickly from the back. Lee Redmond arguably the fastest car here tonight. Here he comes again, as he did in the first race. We now go on board with Mark Brown. That's Brett Thomas you're looking at.
Yeah, Brownie's struggling. He's fallen back a little bit at the start of this heat, but I know he'll get it all together and he'll get it back up front.
Yes, so we continue to ride with Mark Brown. Can't believe the pace of Lee Redmond. That's Rob Golding. And now a wide shot that shows you the action up front with Daniel under siege from Jerry Coons Jr. and Lee Redmond immediately behind him. He's pushing really hard in the 52 car, Redmond's
pushing really hard. You can see these guys, they're still tight. I think this track's still catching them out. When I say they're tight, the cars are getting a little bit understeer, getting into the corner, and they're having to throw them in very hard and very deep.
Redmond took that confidence. Isn't he driving like a confident race car driver? He's prepared to put the machine anywhere on the track and backs himself, and there's another example of it.
Straight through. I mean, he was good last year, David, but this year he's looking even better.
Yeah, former Speedway bike racer. He gave it a crack in England, racing as a pro on Speedway bikes, and he's driven a number of different Speedway classes now, but certainly has found his home in speed car racing. And speaking of Lee Redmond, a sensation here. I've just been handed a note. He's going to be relegated because of allegedly passing on the infield. Now here's a look at it. One wheel.
Gee, I don't know about that, David. I think Lee Redmond's going to be hard done if they relegate him in this race.
Daniel Golding was the race leader at the time. Redmond seizing the moment, as we described for you at the time. The inside front wheel definitely crossed the white line onto the infield. You know, I've seen a lot worse than that. Allowed to be done without punishment.
Yeah, I've seen 3 wheels in the infield and guys get away with it almost on a weekly basis. But look, let's see what the end of the race brings us.
Look, Lee not aware of it, but I can assure you, officialdom have decided that Lee Redmond will be relegated a couple of positions for an illegal pass. He takes the checkered flag. Now that means that Daniel Golding will be given the win. Jerry Coons Jr. has been given second place, and Lee Redmond has been awarded third. Well, he'll be filthy about that, and I've got to agree. It's a very, very tough call. You see, far worse than that, week in, week out at speedways around Australia are allowed to go on.
Yeah, look, I think the guy's driven a great race, and he made sure he was clear of the other cars. Nice, safe pass. One wheel on the white line there. Gee, I think that's a very tough call. Very tough.
Yeah, I hear you. I agree with you. Alan Smallwood is working with us in the pit, so Daniel Golding, he doesn't care. He'll take the win and the points as well.
Well, race fans, a fantastic drive in heat number 5. A little bit of luck there to get the win, but Dan Golding, that makes 5 West Australian heat races for 5 races here tonight at the Perth Motorplex, and the Magic Man 34 must be happy to score maximum points and set yourself up.
Yeah, it was good. Lee was definitely quicker, but we'll take it. We had a pretty average qualifying, so yeah, hopefully we make the A main, but we'll see how we go.
You're part of the Pro Series this summer as a contracted driver. It must be. You must know, to points race, you just need to be consistent and just get a finish time would be probably a good start.
Yeah, definitely. We finished off last season here pretty well, and hopefully we can take that over East and see how we go. But it's just all experience for us. We're relatively new to the sport. So.
Wins a win. Well done to Dan Golding. Now a highlights package of heat race number 6 before we advance to the Super 7s dash part of the program. And on this occasion, it was the American Alex Bright who got a clean start. He began the race from up front and went straight to the front in the number 4 car.
Yeah, he looked pretty good there on the start, but Bright still looks like a very tight race car. They're not quite in tune with this racetrack yet.
In second place, it is Neville Lance, who's showing really good speed tonight. And Dean Merrilees back in third during the early stages of this event. Alex Bright, well, how good is he? He's a superstar of the sport. Takes the checkered flag, and that's the way it was in Heat 6. Just a highlights compile there due to our time constraints. Opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Bright in advance of Lance, the other American Schumann. Then Ben Hall, he's continued his consistent night. And Dean Merrilees officially placed in 5th. So, well, the American breaking through for his first win tonight. I'm sure he'll be particularly pleased about that. He endured a few hassles early. And let's head down to our pit reporter, Alan Smallwood, to catch up with the American.
Alex, strong win there and helps you get a stronger starting position for tonight's A main.
Yeah. I mean, we were struggling with the car kind of all night, so we finally have it in the ballpark, and I think we just need to fine-tune now. No, this West Coon Jones Contracting S-Slinger car number 4 is just brand new, and we're working on it. So I think we'll have it figured out by feature time, and we'll put on a show for everybody.
Without giving too much away, what changes are going to make to the car between now and then?
I think we need to just tighten it up a little bit and maybe change fuel settings a little bit to just get a little bit more engine underneath of us.
Of course, the track will widen out throughout the course of the night, particularly with the local divisions on. 34 laps is a long way. How do you see the track panning out, the track conditions, and also what sort of car setup you're going to go with?
Track conditions are actually really good right now. It's kind of tacky right now, so it's not too much passing because everybody's fast. So hopefully as the local divisions run it in a little bit more, the track slicks up, gets a little bit wider, and we get a little bit more racy. I think I'm going to need it like that because I won't be starting up there with the fast guys. So
that's it. All right, Alex, you won this race 12 months ago. Let's see if you can make it 2 years in a row.
That'd be great. I hope so too. Thank you.
Alex Bright certainly moving in the right direction tonight as we count down to the main event at the opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Well, Mark Brown's looked fairly quick and has shown some consistency early in the racing this evening. Here he is now with Alan.
Mark, you're in a professional outfit this season and must be looking forward to trying to make it 2 Magic Man wins in your career.
Yeah, no, I am looking forward to it. We are struggling a little bit tonight, but we moved up into the dash. I think we hit 16 points, so it's just a matter of keep trying to get this thing tighter and hopefully go forward from there.
Also part of a pretty well-resourced team here in Western Australia. Been doing a bit of racing in the early part of the season in this part of the world. It must be good to be in such a good team. Yeah,
Rob Bennett asked me pretty late in the winter there to come and drive for him, and I jumped at the opportunity. 2-car team with Todd Waddell and with our major back in Tap Out Energy drink, the new drink on the market soon. Yeah, we got a really good team here, and hopefully we can get some results for the car owner.
Sure, you just want to get through the top 7 shootout unscathed and then try and plan for this big 34 laps?
Yeah, we just got to try to go forward in this dash, get as close to front as we can. We've got to get the car better to do that, but it is 34 laps, it's a long way, and if we get the car right in the main, then anything's possible. So, we're having a bit of fun, but we're still under a little bit of attack here. We've got to just keep moving forward.
Some driver, Mark Brown, has been outstanding in this class of racing for a couple of decades now. I mentioned earlier, multiple winner of the Australian Speed Car Grand Prix. We now advance to the Super Sevens to be contested by the top 7 qualifiers on points thus far. And this is the shakedown to determine pole position. The way it works is they'll sprint over 2 laps, and the 2 drivers at the back at the end of those 2 laps will drop out. They repeat the process and move forward from there. So a lot on the line here. It's a popular format with fans and drivers alike, and Lee Redmond best to begin in the opening 2-lap scramble.
Bit of a rough and tumble start there. Looked like Casey Schumann got shoved to the outside and has to work his way back through the field.
So heading off turn number 4 here, it is Lee Redmond. Clear. Now Mark Brown is at the back, so if he doesn't get a wriggle on, he will be eliminated. And so too will the man in front of him, obviously, being Caden Manders in the 21 car. As they race towards the checkered flag here, Redmond's going to win it. Dane Kingshot will finish in second as they go across the start-finish line. And as I speculated, Caden Manders and Mark Brown are the 2 drivers to be eliminated from the Super Sevens shootout here. They'll start from positions 6 and 7 on the grid tonight, respectively. So now there were 5.
Certainly is, and Redmond's looking sharp, isn't he? He's streeting the field all night at the moment.
Here's Kingshot on his outside, defending Speed Car Pro Series champion from Bunbury in Western Australia. He has taken the lead. Redmond will fight back, no doubt about that. 71 is at the back of the pack. Ben Hall, he needs to get a move on as they negotiate turns 3 and 4 now, and a good battle up front between Redmond and Kingshot.
I tell you what, Vaughan Manders is looking good. He's been quite strong, winning a heat tonight, and here he is, sits in 3rd in this shuffle process, the Super Sevens, and keeping those other guys at bay.
Casey Schumann and Ben Hall are the 2 that will be eliminated across the line, and Kingshot takes the win in the 2nd phase of the Super Sevens. So there's the information on screen. Hall eliminated, Casey Schumann eliminated, but they'll still start respectively in the main event in the top 5. So now 3,
and we go for pole position right now. Let's see what Redmond and Kingshot can do.
Yep, Redmond and Kingshot side by side, underway now in what will be the final phase of the Super Sevens. In 3rd at the moment is Vaughan Manders, who's had a fantastic night here this evening at the Perth Motorplex. He's got plenty of car speed. Kingshot upstairs, leading this one in advance of Redmond. Vaughan Manders back in 3rd. I mean, worst case scenario, he gets to start from 3 in tonight's main event, which is not too shabby.
Not at all, not at all. He's certainly proven his worth up there with these guys, and I don't think Redmond's got anything for Kingshot in this one.
So Kingshot across the line has claimed pole position in the opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Redmond will start from P2. In the main event, Vaughan Manders from position number 3. So initially it was Lee Redmond looking dominant. That was until Dane Kingshot stepped it up and then showed his superiority in the Bunbury Subaru entry. Back to his pit enclosure he comes. Alan Smallwood into position, has a chat with him now.
As he climbs out of the car, very happy Dane Kingshot. Dane taking out the Lucky Sevens pole shootout. Now get yourself pole position for the Magic Man 34.
Yeah, it's a good spot to start, definitely. So hopefully we can hold it up the front there for the 34 laps.
The Lucky Sevens, a unique format. How did you find it?
Yeah, I love it. I reckon it's great. You know, obviously it's a bit harder when you start at the back and you got to try and make spots up to stay in it. You know, so it's pretty cool. I like that. And luckily we weren't back there.
What's the plan for the 34 laps?
We got a few heating issues at the moment, so she's getting a bit warm. So we might have to try and sort that out. And it's pretty wide open out there at the moment, so there's not much rest for the motors. So hopefully we can hopefully it holds together.
Right, Dane, wish you all the best.
Thanks, mate.
Hi, I'm Rob Golding, driver of the W15 Dasco Supply Group Speed Car. You're watching Chequered Flag on Fox Sports.
On Fox Sports, you're watching Australian Speedway's #1 program. This is Chequered Flag. Introducing a Chequered Flag golden moment.
Davey Ray in the 2 car, the orange car, there he is on screen now.
And this machine is flying. Is he going to take the lead here? It's the American side-by-side back straightaway.
And this is like deja vu for this pair. The biggest race in America, you could say. The Belleville Nationals. Jerry Coons Jr. beat Davey Ray by only half a car length back in August 2005. Looks like he's going to do it again thus far.
All right, look at the traffic out there. Who will it be? There is not far to go in the Australian Championship. Oh, there's a mistake by Jerry Coons. He hits the cushion and turns right. And that enables Davey Ray to go for a surge.
You can just see the tyre smoke. Jerry Coons Jr. actually clipped the back of Jason Gates. He was going through the lap traffic. Davey Ray's now in the lead.
Yeah, Ray has taken the lead in car 2. Here's Coons Jr. back on the inside. What has Davey Ray got for him? The lap car there, the 70 car of Jason Gates. Ray the leader, a lap to go. I don't think Coons is going to have the chance to get back at him. Last lap now in the Australian Speed Car Championship finale. What a race it's been. Davey Ray, outstanding performance. Coons, you feel a bit sorry for him. How good's he been all weekend? But the Orange 2 car takes victory. And you can hear the jubilation. Crowd enjoying this. The theatrics. Winners are grinners. Here comes the crew reminding you it's an American car, or rather an American driver, the winner. But a lot of Australia involved in that win. That's fantastic. That was as good a drive as you'll ever see.
Yes, another checkered flag golden moment from our archives back in early 2006 at a venue then known as Parramatta City Raceway. And that was one of the greatest races I've ever seen. Ray and Coons Jr. It was an absolute slugfest, Warren.
Fantastic race, deep in traffic there. You saw on that footage. You know, they were the days, weren't they?
Big time. So welcome everyone to our coverage of the opening round of the Speed Car Pro Series presented by Carline Automotive. And tonight's event, of course, doubling is the Magic Man 34, the tribute to the late, great Michael Figliamini. Congratulations to the Figliamini family, who roll their sleeves up and work tirelessly to ensure that this event is a spectacular success every year. And as is always the case at the Perth Motorplex, the presentation second to none. The John Day Utes, there are almost as many of those out there as race cars.
Yeah, it looks very professional. Professional circuit, professional presentation. You know, you got to really hand it to these guys on the West Coast. They do a great job.
If you've just joined our coverage, it was Dane Kingshot that won the Super 7 Scramble and hence took pole position. Redmond, Schumann, Manders, Hall, Caden Manders, Waddell, Brown, Thomas and Hallett. Brock Hallett was really fast in this series last year. Formula 500 national champion. Lance Merrilees, Coons Jr., Guadagnino, Tremere, Bright, Golding, Dillon, Rob Golding and Paul Robinson. That rounds out the field for tonight's A-Main. Of course, points have been tallied for drivers right throughout the program, commencing from quick time. And, of course, points up for grabs here, to say the least. Who will it be? It's been a really competitive night of Speedway, Warren.
There's some great drivers here in this field, and we've got Coons and Bright from deep in the pack, outside the top 10. So they're going to be pretty exciting to watch coming through.
Absolutely. Mark Brown, well positioned inside, fourth row in the purple car. Neville Lance behind him. So plenty of interest here with a lot of quality coming from the back. Speaking of quality, no shortage up front either. Kingshot and Lee Redmond as we go racing now. Opening round of the Carline Series, and Dane Kingshot got a flyer on the outside of the front row. He takes the race lead. You can see action further back in the pack there with the 21 car. Caden Manders going forward. Ooh, little bit of trouble there on the exit to turn 4, but no harm done.
Yeah, he was looking really good, and Schumann there's keeping a solid run here at the start as well, right behind Kingshot and, Lee Redmond.
There's the American professional Casey Schumann on screen. Car looks a little different to many of the others by virtue of the slightly higher than normal side panel on the machine. On board now with the other American professional, Alex Bright. He's got a lot of work to do, a fair way back in the pack.
He's a long way back in the field. I think he's having a bit of a struggle. This guy here, Caden Manders, he's doing a great job out here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how he's at the end of the race.
Just a kid at age 16, Kingshot, well clear of Lee Redmond. Got to say, this is a race that's not typical of speed car racing, really. They are very spread out, Indian file formation, follow the leader. Normally they're dive bombing left, right and centre.
Yeah, they're strung out a little here. The track's slowed down a little. Here we've got Schumann and Manders. See Manders get a massive push, big understeer on that car as Schumann flew past. There's a few ruts and grooves there. You see the guys bouncing out of them as well.
That was at the end of the first lap, where a couple of guys almost got out of shape on the exit of turn 4. A spectacular wheel hiking moment by Casey Schumann across the line.
I think what we're seeing here at the moment, David, is that the track's slowed down a little. It's got a little bit more slick, and the guys are sliding up into the bumps, and you're seeing the guys are having to sort themselves out a little bit more as Kingshot enters the beginning of the lap traffic.
Off turn number 4. Oh, a moment there.
There's some of them ruts just where the cushions build up.
Car snapping right towards the wall. Did well to gather it in. That sort of stuff pulls your arms out of the socket. And Lee Redmond is going to try and seize the opportunity. He's moved somewhat closer. We do have an issue though, and as a result the amber caution lights switched on here at the Perth Motorplex. 71 into a spot of bother.
Ben Hall.
Ben, of course, took part in the Super 7 shootout.
Yeah, we see Manders there giving Redmond the hurry up just before the start there. He's keen to get on with it. Kingshot jumps out to another great lead. Here we are on lap 10. Still plenty of racing to go in this one.
Indeed, and this is now a race that is more representative of speed car entertainment. At stoppages closed them up again. Kingshot in advance of Lee Redmond. Back down the main straightaway. And the 21 machine of Caden Manders, the 16-year-old sensation, is on the fly. Nice shot of him there.
And he's just changed his line there a few times. He's getting in really high, driving down across the corner and getting the run down off the banking. He's looking quite sharp right at the moment, David.
Good battle up front. Kingshot trying to break away, but Redmond is certainly matching him for outright pace. Out the back on the onboard, you see Todd Waddell in car number 7. He's hounding Alex Bright. Driver carrying our onboard camera there. Good to see Waddell involved in the Speed Car Pro Series. Still no change up front. It's an interesting battle though.
This is getting tighter up the front here. You can see Kingshot, there he goes. He's catching them holes, and Redmond gets through, and Manders is, I think he's going to make him pay as well. Yes, he does.
Yeah, so Manders relegates the defending series champion a spot. Kingshot having none of it. He fights back on the inside in the Bunbury Subaru entry. Lee Redmond has checked out in the meantime, but have a look at this. Manders making some battle out of this with the defending champ.
Tell you what, he's picking some nice line, Manders. He's doing really well.
Another look, and that's the incident with the leader getting out of shape.
You got to say he's lucky not to get upside down there, Dave.
That's fair comment. And Manders able to race up on the inside. Brilliant stuff by the boys in the speed cars. You're watching exclusive coverage of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series, sanctioned by Speedway Australia. And tonight's opening round coming to you from the Perth Motorplex at Kwinana Beach in beautiful WA.
Well, if you went on the form early in the night, Lee Redmond was the man to beat, and here he is out front. He's streaking away. So here's Brownie. Got a little bit of a problem by the looks of it with the number 9 car.
Yeah, Mark Brown heading to the infield. That's disappointing for him, as we in the meantime see Kane Manders serving it up to our race leader, and Kane Manders able to pass Lee Redmond. Lee Redmond's in shock. The 16-year-old tearaway has taken the lead from him. In the meantime, there's Jerry Coons Jr. He now moves up to challenge Dane Kingshot for 3rd.
Yeah, Coonsy's come from a long way back in the field. I bet he's watching some of these front cars and looking at some of the lines they're taking, and he's been picking up on that to get his way through the field.
Yeah, Casey Schumann is immediately behind Jerry Coons. So what the American Coons will be hoping for here is a stoppage so that he can reel in Manders. And that's Manders on the inside of Lee Redmond.
Redmond tripped up in exactly the same way as he got Kingshot, and then he's found the same hole there in turn 4, and Manders has made him pay as well.
Yes, well described, Warren Ferguson. I can tell you in the meantime that Jerry Coons Jr. has had a moment, and he has dropped back to 5th on the speedway with just a few laps remaining here.
Be interesting to see how Manders goes. He's coming up on lap traffic now. Maturity will play a big part once you start getting into this lap traffic.
Yeah, it's Dean Merrilees ahead of him in the 2 car. Got a bit of attrition in this race, a number of race cars on the infield with just a couple of laps to go. Well, I'm startled by what I'm seeing. This kid, Caden Manders, in machine number 21. I mean, this is arguably outside the Australian title, the biggest speed car race in Australia.
This is one of the biggest races, without doubt. And you know what? He's doing a brilliant job out front.
Understatement. There's Dane Kingshot, who for long periods of time in this race would have fancied his chances of taking it out. Redman is second, but have a look at this kid, just 16 years of age, standing on the gas down the back straight the final time and doing an outstanding job. Caden Manders will win the opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't believe it. Outstanding job by the kid. Recap them. Redman next, Kingshot. Coons Jr., he ended up getting back to fourth after making an error late in the race. And Neville Lance, former defending champion of Australia, finishing in fifth position. Wow. Driving for Keith McCallum. Obviously, the gentleman there that prepared and owns the race car driven to victory by Adam Clark in the Australian Speed Car Championship earlier this year. Man, can he build a race car, Keith?
Yeah, certainly nothing wrong with the equipment or the team there, but the kid still had to drive it.
Caden Manders. Caden who? What a performance. Here's the speedway.com.au, the news leader 24/7 race recap, and it was all happening early in proceedings. But Lee Redman was able to break away, you'll recall, until that stoppage that brought everyone back to the field.
That's right. And then Manders patiently waited, and it's interesting. Both Kingshot and Redman made the same mistake, and Manders made them both pay.
Yeah, here's Manders now as we go from normal speed to slow-mo.
And there's that little slip up by Redman there that just let Manders slide through and basically take the checkers.
Well, it was really the turning point of the race, wasn't it? The decisive moment in that 34-lap journey. But have a look at this kid. Caden Manders off turn 4. Winner of the Magic Man 34. Doubling as the opening round of the Carline Speed Car Pro Series. Here's Alan Smallwood.
As again, lots of congratulations down here in Victory Lane. We'll just quickly sneak in for a word. The winner of the Magic Man 34. Let's hear it for Caden Manders, just a 17-year-old driver from the southern suburbs of Perth. Caden, do you believe what you've just done?
No, it's absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's definitely the biggest achievement of my career so far. I just got to thank the crew so much. They made it all possible. And all the sponsors and Keith for doing such a great setup with the car. This car is world class and I'm over the moon.
As well you should be, young man. 16 years of age he is. Caden Manders, maximum 329 points, leading heading into the next round of this championship. Redman second, then Kingshot, Neville Lance and Jerry Coons Jr. Of course, well, it's very early days, a long way to go. Now, the Speed Car Pro Series, it comes your way again next week on Checkered Flag with the next instalment. And we do look forward to your company then around Australia, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Great to work with you again, Warren Ferguson. Thanks for your outstanding contribution tonight.
Thank you, David. Great to be here in the West and great to see a surprise winner.
Yeah, well done to Caden Manders. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next week.